Loving God, thank you for bringing us together tonight. Be with us as we explore your word and apply it to the lives we're living right now. Open our hearts and minds so that we may learn and grow in service to you and others. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, thank you. So, some of you I heard sing, "Who are you? Ooh, 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 ooh." You all know that song? And that was the title of this presentation. And we're not talking about the Who here or CSI or anything like that. But I do want to share a couple things with you. We're going to actually have a Bible story about Jacob and Esau. We're going to play Kahoot. Raise your hand if you have played Kahoot before. Okay, and adults, raise your hand if you have played Kahoot before. Excellent. So you are going to get to witness and you can even play with us if you have a device. And if you don't have a phone or something, sit next to someone who does, because you can play as a team as well. Okay, and then we're going to talk about real life lessons after that, and then have a reality check. Okay, what have you learned and what are you going to take home? Because this is a great opportunity tonight for good discussion, not just now in this wonderful place, but in the car ride going home, tomorrow morning at breakfast time, and all the time that you are together, because these are really important things. And kids, you know, your parents want the best for you, and we want the best for you. All of us do. And so that means that we're in a world that is quite different from when we were kids. Because in the old days, if I wanted to get really smart, did not have the internet, bless you twice. I had to look at the encyclopedia. Do any of you even know what an encyclopedia is? Because now, if you have a question, what do y'all do? You Google it, right? Okay, so we're going to talk about that. First of all, I'm going to ask the question, have you ever wanted to be someone else? And this is a picture of me when I was young. There's some things that maybe you don't know about me. I was born in the country of Thailand, and I was adopted by missionaries who came from Wisconsin. They were farm kids, and they said, well, I want to be a missionaries in Thailand, and they adopted me there, and they brought me back to the United States. And I grew up in central Wisconsin, in a place called Iola in Scandinavia. And just by the name Scandinavia, you know that it's probably populated by many Europeans, right? Danish, Swedish, Norwegian, and they look quite different from me. This is me in 5th grade. This is me as a baby. This is me and my mom. And this is in Thailand where they adopted me. And as I grew up in Iola, Scandinavia, with a lot of kids who did not look like me, I often thought, I wish I looked like them. I wish I was someone else. And it was tough. There were not a lot of kids like me, with dark hair, eyes like mine, skin like mine, and it was difficult. I often wish I could be someone else. I tell you now, I'm happy I wasn't someone else. I learned my lessons that the individual part of you is what makes you special. The way you look, the way you act, the way you treat people, those are all things that make you individuals. And all those things really are the things that matter. It's not exactly what your face looks like or how you fit in with other people. And I guess, you know, for teenagers, that's kind of hard to understand at this point. You've only had a few years under your belt. But I think as adults, you can all say that maybe sometimes we've wished we were someone else, but we're pretty happy being who we are right now. But that was me. I wished I was someone else. I wished I looked like my peers. And I was pretty different in that way, but yet I was the same. And so always finding the commonalities. What do we all like together? What can we do together? How can we share things? Those are the things that matter. More pictures of me, the good old turtleneck with the button-up shirt. That was in style at that point. I'm going to share a a Bible story with you that also talks about someone who acted like who they weren't. Someone was a poser. They faked. Okay? And this is a story of Jacob and Esau. And they're two brothers. And we're going to learn, with the help of Vimeo, more about them. So I'll go here and, whoop, got to get to Vimeo. Come on. Let me escape out of here. People always appreciate and enjoy when they see tech people kind of stumbling around, too. Believe me, it happens to everybody. Okay, let's see how the internet is going to treat us. There we go. Let's go big screen. Let's hear this story.
Part of God's story is about twin brothers, and it begins like this.
Oh boy.
Once,
Okay.
there were twins named
Do you
Jacob.
hear the Kahoot music? Okay, let's see, I'm gonna have to,
They actually started fighting before.
if I shut this off, I'm gonna have to turn it back on again.
And Jacob was holding on to his heel.
I know,
And they even looked different. The Bible says,
see, it mutes everything. How do I unmute just when you say right click? Again, look at kids teaching me how to do this. Okay, mute,
spend time
right
outside.
click,
Their dad,
which
Isaac,
is,
was a big meeting. So Esau
Yeah.
was his favorite. Jacob, on the other hand,
I'll step aside,
they
click.
have to stay indoors. Their mom, Rebecca, liked Jacob best. The Bible doesn't talk much about Jacob and Esau as kids, but we do know Esau was lucky to be the oldest because he had what's called a birthright. That meant Esau would be in charge of
Do the other one next.
including all
There we go.
the land and stuff.
Yay!
Jacob would probably have to work with his brother
Okay.
Esau.
Let me back that up. Thank you. Let's give this young man a hand. Again,
Jacob and Esau. So part of God's story
Okay.
is about twin brothers, and it begins like this. Once, there were twins named Jacob and Esau, and they didn't get along. They actually started fighting before they were born. Then during birth, Esau came out first, but Jacob was holding on to his heel. That's not normal. And they even looked different. The Bible says Esau's body was covered in so much red hair, it was almost like he had clothes on. Jacob's skin was smooth. Well, they got even more different as they grew up. Esau hunted animals and spent time outside. Their dad, Isaac, was a big meat eater, so Esau was his favorite. Jacob, on the other hand, was a quiet guy who liked to stay indoors. Their mom, Rebecca, liked Jacob the best. The Bible doesn't talk much about Jacob and Esau as kids, but we do know Esau was lucky to be the oldest because he had what's called a birthright. That meant Esau would be in charge of their family, including all their money, land, and stuff. Jacob would probably have to work with his brother Esau. And their dad Isaac would give Esau a blessing, which means Isaac would ask God to take care of his oldest son Esau in an extra special way. Well, you probably think Esau was pretty excited about this, but he wasn't. In fact, one day he gave it up. He just returned from a hunting trip. Since he was out killing animals all day, he didn't have time to eat. He came home starving. Jacob was making stew, so Esau said, "Quick, give me some of that stew. I'm very hungry." Now, Jacob was a little sneaky, so he didn't just share his stew with his hungry brother, which would have been nice. Instead, he said, "First, sell me your birthright." And guess what? Esau said yes. It's a little like paying $1 million for a bowl of mushy soup. We don't know why Esau did that, but the Bible says he didn't care about the birthright. But later, when Isaac was really old and about to die, he wanted to ask God to take special care of his firstborn Esau. So he told Esau to go hunting and make him some tasty food, maybe for the last time. Now, Esau wanted the birthright, so he left right away. Meanwhile, Rebecca had heard Isaac and Esau talking, and remember, Jacob was her favorite. She wanted him to get the blessing, so she did something really sneaky. She told Jacob, "I will prepare tasty food for your father. You take it to your father to eat, then he'll give you his blessing before he dies." See, Isaac was blind. She was telling Jacob to pretend he was Esau. But there was a slight problem with her plan. First off, Esau was hairy. So if Isaac touched Jacob's smooth skin, he would know the truth. The Bible says Esau had a certain smell too, which might be a polite way of saying he stunk. I mean, imagine how smelly a guy would be if he was always sweating and getting dead animal blood stuck on his clothes and matted in his hairy skin, and this was before deodorant. So even though Isaac was blind, he might smell Jacob or touch his smooth arm and know the truth. Well, Rebecca was sneaky, like Jacob. She told Jacob to put sheepskin on his arms and wear some of Esau's smelly clothes. Now Isaac would never know. And even though Isaac wondered why the voice sounded like Jacob, guess what? The trick worked. Jacob got the blessing. Now Esau would have to work for him. As you might imagine, Esau was furious. In fact, Rebecca had to help Jacob run away so Esau wouldn't kill him. What's really crazy about this story is Jacob messed up big time, but he really did get God's blessing. Esau even forgave him later. We don't know why God let this happen, but the truth is we all mess up sometimes, and God still wants us to be part of his story. And that's the story of Jacob and Esau. So, in case you missed it, here's the quick version. Jacob and Esau were twins. They were different. Jacob tricked Esau. Esau sold his birthright for stew. Later, Esau wanted his blessing. Rebekah helped Jacob trick his dad Isaac. Jacob got Esau's blessing. Esau was furious. Jacob ran away, but God still blessed him. And that's a part of God's story.
Okay, so given that story of Jacob and Esau, what are some things that they did to trick Dad into thinking that was really Jacob? Okay, thank you, yes, what was one thing? Okay, wear some furry clothes so that when Dad puts his hand out to feel, they'll feel some fur, like furry brother. Yes, thank you, yes.
So he put sheepskin on his arm, and then some of Esau's dirty clothes on his.
Why the dirty clothes, do you think?
Because Esau had a certain smell.
Esau had a certain smell. Thank you. So poor blind Dad could kind of have that familiar smell and feel what he thought was his oldest son. So those are some things that they did to trick the dad. And unfortunately, stuff like that goes on nowadays. And we're going to learn about that because within social media and the things that you do with the internet, it allows everyone to communicate with everyone, which you might think is a great thing. I think it's a great thing. But there are also people with bad intentions who do these types of things, not put smelly fur on or, cover their skin with hair, but they do things that are not truthful to try to do bad things. And so those are the things that we're going to talk about. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to talk and explore social media a bit. And again, this is going to be the lesson that comes from it. Sometimes people aren't who they say they are. So now comes the time to get out your devices, which, again, for a teacher to say might seem odd, right? But if you're a parent and if you're an adult here, you can even do this, okay? So here's what you want to do. You want to open your browser. Some of you might use Chrome to go to the internet. Some of you might use Safari to go to the internet. You want to get to the internet. And in the top part, where you would put a URL or what you're searching for, you want to type this right here, kahoot.it. Okay? Kahoot.it. Now, if you are a person who needs help, all you have to do is raise your hand, and I'm sure some young person can help you, as you witnessed up here with me in the sound, right? So, talk to a student if you need to, because they can help you out. Hold your phone up if you've got it right now. Notice the front row. The front is pretty busy, and yeah, back there, this is good. And yes, if you could kindly also make sure you're not on the Wi-Fi because we don't want to bog the system down. Okay, now what I'm going to do is share our Kahoot pin. Okay, and so you want the pin, so you want to type in, Okay, well, you know what, I have a backup. I'm going to get on another network. Okay, good. Okay, so the code is there, and notice that I made you choose a name. I'm not going to let you put your own names in. I just do that, when we're live up here with people typing stuff in. You always want to be safe. Does anyone need assistance? I'm sure there are young people who can help you out. Because we've got more than 2 players, hopefully. Okay. I'm going to switch over. I'm going to go to my hotspot and see if that helps. Oh boy. Notice I got kicked off now. So we're going to have to get another code. Nickname generator. Yep, we're doing classic, friends. Okay, you're going to get a different code now. I apologize, but hopefully now that I'm on a different network, this will work better. 527891. Oh, good. We seem to have more. Yay. See, this is because I'm not battling you for the internet. Let's see if we can top this out, right? Game on, everyone. The epic alpaca. Gotta love this. Wonder what our high number will be. Okay, I'm hearing hints already, good hints on how to play Kahoot. Does anyone want to share a few things for the adults who don't know how to do this? Thank you. Let's see, how can I do this? You want to talk into my mic? Okay. Okay, so you get multiple choice, and it might be true or false. You need to click the right answer before the time runs out. Okay, any other clues that young people want to give? Okay, let's see what we've got here. I'll get to you next. Okay. Oh, false alarm.
All the answers are up there. It only shows the color and the shape on here, so we'll see what the answer that the questions are.
Right. You won't see everything on your phone, so you're going to have to look up here. The kids are ready, believe me. So, game on, everyone. 130 people, that's absolutely awesome. Okay. So, here we go. Look at all the people we've got. 132 people. Okay, now where's my sound guy? Come back and unmute this, because we need the sound. Thank you. See, we gotta have the sound. Okay, I will read the question. And speed does matter. Okay, on media use, and that is excluding homework, okay? And so 8.56 total hours and 6 hours and 40 minutes of screen time. Okay, so let's take a look at the next Kahoot. Okay, now you're getting a feel for it, right? Here we go. Epic Panther, where are you? Back there, back of the room. Gentle Otter, Agent B, and Genius B. Okay, here we go. Next one. True or false? Boys spend more time on social media than on video games. When teens use the internet, what do they do the least of? Create something, interact, communicate, or consume. What do they do the least of? Right. Creating is a great thing that the internet can do for you. In my day, we had coloring books, we had paints, we had all that kind of stuff, but now you can have a tablet and you can be creating immediately with your finger and the right program, even something like Google Keep. And so this is something that kids, unfortunately, don't do the most of. They consume things or they interact with things, but making stuff is something that our kids aren't doing, but should be doing. So keep that in mind. Okay, let's see where our standings are. Gentle Otter, but Blue Duck. You hit it. You moved up. Here we go. True or false? Girls spend more time on social media than boys do. That was a easy one. Yep. And again, I'll show you my sources of stats afterwards, but I don't want to flip back and forth because I don't want them to see the answers on the slides coming up. But yes, girls in studies do more with the social part of it than boys on the competitive side. Now that's not all boys and all girls either, but in general. Okay. 31 players have reached answer streak 3. Okay, here we go. Question 506. According to Statistica, which social media network is the most popular among teens? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I didn't even go to that one. Can someone tell me why Snapchat is so popular? And does the conversation stay there? Yeah? No? You can save a chat, but it usually goes away. Other reasons why?
It's because of that way you can know more people, and the girls like to just snap back and do streaks and stuff.
Snaps, streaks, all this stuff I had to learn, again, from being a mom. But yes, Snapchat is the most popular out of the ones listed here. And I think, like we as adults, we take pictures, and those pictures sit on our phone. I've got like 35,000 pictures in my collection, not all on my phone. But Snapchat, you can take pictures, send it, and then it goes away. Unless someone takes a screenshot of it or saves it. So if you're not aware of Snapchat, you might want to as a parent, ask your child about it. Again, that's where I learned everything from my kids. Okay, let's see where we're standing here. Gentle Otter, still there. Classy Badger. Okay, I think we're on our last one. According to another research firm, why do teens use their cell phones? To avoid interacting with people, to connect with other people, just passing time, or learning new things. Look at that, that was pretty evenly distributed, wasn't it? But in this survey that I took a look at, just passing time was the biggest thing. And I have to share with you, when I was in the airport yesterday, you know you have to wait a long time in an airport, right? Sometimes, other times you're running around. But I had to wait in the airport. And I was very tempted to pull out my phone, but I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't, because I just sat there and I watched people. How many of you have ever done that? You just watch people. Yeah, watching out the window, watching people. It's fun. It's fun. I loved it. I could see little kids going by with their parents. I could see the older generation and how people were helping them out. And once in a while, I must have been smiling when I was watching people. Once in a while, a person would look at me and smile back. That was a great feeling. And so, I know it sounds weird, kids, but there are other things to do when you're just passing time by, like looking up once in a while. I recall there was a time when we went on a family vacation and we saw beautiful mountains and lakes and all those things, but we had to encourage our kids to look up from their phone. Okay, so think about that once in a while, because life could pass you by while you're looking at your phone. And I get it, you want to pass time, you hear, I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored. But I tell you, people are pretty darn entertaining. If you want to look at them, talk with a person you haven't talked to, but you kind of know them, those are good things. Okay, let's take a look at how we ended up here. Next. Okay, Sturdy Lemming, where are you? Third place. Okay, Bright Lemming is next, and then at the top, Gentle Otter. Congratulations. And congratulations to everybody. Okay. I'm going to close that up. Hopefully that was a little entertaining for you, but it helped you understand a bit more about how kids are using social media at this point. Here are those stats that I wanted to share with you. I showed you this one, but about 56 minutes are spent by young men on video games and girls about 7. I don't know, girls, would you agree with that, or do you spend more time on games? How about boys? Do you spend about that much or more on video games?
No.
Okay.
That is false.
This is an interesting one. Again, when kids are online, what do they do? So most of them, like listening to music, watching videos, watching TV, I don't even know. You know, in the old days, if I wanted to watch a certain show, I would have to maybe wait a whole week and then make sure I was at the television, that you turn the dial on, make sure I was at the television in order to see that show. But now, you can go to Hulu, you can go to Netflix, you can watch whatever you want, on any device you have. So that's what consuming is about. Communication, social media. I think we've talked about that. Close to interactive consumption, and that's when you're browsing the web or doing things where you're interacting. But creation, it's kind of sad, only 3%. Are there any students here who create stuff on the computer? Could you tell us, what do you create? Just talk loudly. Yes? Okay, you can, on phones. What do you create on phones? Art? She does drawings and uses, oh my gosh, what do you use to do that? Sketch, drawing app, right on this phone. youngest daughter, Delaney, is now a junior at UW Milwaukee. Ever since she was a little kid, she liked to grab my phone and make movies, because on my phone I had iMovie. And then in high school, she made movies. She made the announcements once a week, so she produced that. She filmed it. She's been on the roof of Neenah High School. She's been in the basement. She's been everywhere, and on location. And every week she did that for 2 years. And then she went to UW Milwaukee, and she is in the Peck School of the Arts, and she is a film major. And so she has something that she loves doing, and she's going to get a really good job. She's got an internship. She already has a job working for UW Milwaukee. If you check their website out, she does the little movies that are there, like interviewing the chancellor and things. And so I always tell kids, you don't have to be passionate about computers and technology, but what you do have to be passionate about is something, whether it's athletics or art or health, like doctor and nursing or engineering, because anything that you really, really like involves technology. So anything that you care about and you want to get a job in, it involves technology, and there are great opportunities there for you. So that's a little side note, that creation is something that you have at your fingertips right now, and it's never too early to start making stuff. Okay, this one, again, social media, girls, are the stats about right? Girls about an hour and a half a day, or is it more?
Probably even more.
And guys, about an hour a day? Is that for social media? Okay. And then this one, it's really small, but it shows Snapchat. You know, this shows stats since 2012, and across the top it says Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Pinterest, Google. So there are some things that you've named off that haven't even made it here, but you can see that that Snapchat is the most popular in the past few years. And then this is the interesting one, and this is from Pew Research for those parents who kind of keep up with research and things. Most teens who use cell phones do it to pass time. And so we talked about that, but you can see often, sometimes, and rarely never. And I'm glad that the avoid interacting with people is kind of low. I'm glad for that. I'm glad that people don't try to get away from other people by looking busy on their phone. But anyway, that's a good study in social media and how kids are using their technology to live in this world as a digital citizen. But again, as I had said, the lesson is that some people are not who they say they are. When you're out there in that big world doing all your social stuff, okay, you might have friends that you know face to face, and you let them be your followers, or you follow them, or whatever. But what about people you don't know? Do you let them in? Do you follow them? Because sometimes people are not who they say they are. We're just going to watch a little bit of this. And it's a story told by a girl who, she looks very young here, but when she was about 14, she was on social media. And she's going to tell her story, and I'm going to cut it a little short, but I want you to hear some of the techniques that people use to try to convince you that they are who they are. Oh, geez. Here we go.
on the internet, and also to educate our youth and the parents on how to be safe and taking proper precautions while surfing the internet daily. When I was 13, my mom and dad brought home our first family computer. It was something really neat that we had never had in our home before. We were excited to explore the options that we now had at our fingertips. One day, I was on the internet and came across a website that our school had set up for everyone in our grades from 6 to 8. It was an area where we were able to talk about homework, sports, and other highlights that were going on with our friends. I got really excited that everybody was coming together. We started our own chat room that we could all just talk about everything, our families, our friends, school, anything that bothered us that day. That afternoon, I got an instant message. I didn't know who the person was, so of course I asked, "Hi, who are you? How do you know us?" And they just kind of came across saying, "I'm a friend of somebody you know." Little by little, he started asking me questions about myself and I about him. He told me he was a boy from the beach, and I told him that I was from a small city. And then he told me he played football. I told him about my soccer team and how we played games every week in practice, and that my jersey number was number 5. He told me his football jersey was number 5 as well. So then we had another common bond. The more we started talking, he started asking me more questions, but I didn't think much of it. Like, what's your school colors? Mine are red and black. So of course I said, well, mine are black and silver. How neat, those would go great together. So we just formed a great friendship, and it was really nice. Little did I know that that person on the other side of the computer screen was a grown adult. His profile had all the signs of being a 14-year-old teenager, just like we were. He played football, soccer, had friends, went to the mall, went to the beach, and surfed. Everything that we only dreamed that we could do, but we didn't live at the beach. He talked like we did. He had pictures of a younger gentleman that could have been a teenager, and he really played the game well. This stranger drove 4.5 hours and found out my routine. He knew where I lived, where I went to school. He knew when I got off the bus and when my parents went to work. He knew everything about me, even down to where my practices were for soccer and cheerleading. He would drive back and forth to learn these routines like the back of his hand. Then, one Sunday afternoon, it was a day that changed my life. My mom and I woke up to go to church like every Sunday, and we decided to have lunch and go shopping afterwards. I quickly reminded her on our way to the mall that I had to be at a babysitting job soon after, and that we couldn't be too long. After my mother and I finished lunch, we went home. I changed clothes and began to walk to my next babysitting job. As I was walking down the road, I noticed a green truck following me. Before I knew it, he stopped, rolled down his window, and asked if I was Amanda. Before I could answer, he opened the door and threw me in. I was frozen, and
I'm gonna stop it there. She gets a little. I know.
There are emotional scars here, there, and there was also some physical abuse as well. And this is a true story that did happen. And I know it's scary, and you probably feel really icky right now, and you probably should, to tell you the truth. This cannot just happen to young women, it can also happen to young men as well. And you can hear some of those techniques. We talked about, Jacob and Esau and putting smelly fur on and all those things. But you can see that, when the teenager said something, that predator said, "Me too." Or when the teenager said something else, "Oh, well, I do this." And, he was talking the way that teens talk, and he was putting up pictures, posing like that young gentleman. And so these things really do happen, and it's scary and unfortunate. But that's a reality. And if you wonder about, reality, and I know this is dated 2017, but this actually, came from Wisconsin. This story did, and it came from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. This does happen here in the Fox Valley. as well. I know that we may have some adults here who work in law enforcement and things who could probably tell you a lot of things that happen. And so we can't think that we're immune to it. And the unfortunate thing is that, sometimes we just don't know. We don't know what our kids are going through. Having friends and telling friends, if you're a teenager, telling friends about some of these things might help save a life sometimes. So your friends are important, you care about your friends, and if you sense some of these things going on, yeah, it's time to say something. So how does this happen? Okay, because we need to be smarter when we work with social media. And so, we talk about all the apps that we've been using, and we've had a lot of fun with that and talk about it. But, you have to think, who are you following? And who is following you? Who have you given access to things that you have out there that are very personal? I don't know about you as adults, but I'm a Facebook user. You know that I first learned about Facebook from Dara, because she went away from college, and she was allowed to use something called Facebook. And that's when it was only for college students. And then, as time went on, adults were able to use it too. If you look at the terms of service for Facebook, do you know how old you have to be to have a Facebook account? 13. Yep, 13. Our youngest daughter was so mad because I made her wait until she turned 13 to get Facebook. And I know that you young people call it old people book or whatever, but as parents, I think we use it a lot. My mom keeps track of me because of what I post on Facebook. But now that we've learned about what's popular on social media, how can we protect ourselves when we use it? And these are not only for teens, they're also good hints for adults, because you can't trust everybody who's online, okay? You can think of the internet as a big pool, and you've got the wading end where you can walk in and it's very shallow and very few waves and things, but you know that pool has a very deep end as well, where it's dangerous and you need to know how to swim, and there might be sharks there. And the unfortunate thing about the internet is that everyone is in that same pool, and no one pays attention to those lines and those buoys that they have in a real pool, because I knew, don't go past that line, it's going to get deeper. But on the internet, we really don't have those types of markers. So here's some things that you should remember, okay? No one you meet online should ask you to keep secrets. Okay, that is one thing that we hear time and time again. Someone gets a hold of maybe some pictures or has some information about a teen, and then they approach the teen and they say, hey, I've got this information, and if you don't do what I want you to do, I'm going to tell your parents. And then the teen goes, oh my gosh, they're going to take my phone away, and I'm going to not have a life because of it, and so they choose not to say anything. And so as parents, we really have to think of that as well. Those conversations that you have often with your children, just finding out information might be helpful, but yet not being an enemy, because you want your child to confide in you, but yet, kids are learning things, and they're looking to you for guidance. And so understanding and helping them practice are good things that you can do. Ask a trusted adult before sharing personal information with an online friend. Online gaming, TikTok, all those different things are allowing everyone to come together around something, around games and competition or music or other things. And so you can really get caught up in the moment and potentially give out information that could be helpful to someone in finding you and other things. And so beware of that. And we all would like to say, yeah, we're smarter than that. But, your name, And so your personal information, you need to think really closely about that before you give it up. Be suspicious if an online friend tries to turn you against your friends or your family. People have techniques, and they're very sly. These are some things some things that they do to try to get young people to do what they want them to do. Don't accept gifts from people. Okay, it's when things appear out of the blue, and you get a gift, and you might wonder, well, where did that come from? Those are some things that are signs as well. A real friend, whether in real life or online, would never pressure you into doing something you don't want to do. So again, we know peer pressure, and that's bad enough. But having someone you don't know pressuring you, maybe with some information that you think might be damaging if your family knew, or whatever, is still not as bad as some of the other things that could happen. Remember that your parents love you, and they want to help you through these things. Remember to report things. You've heard see something, say something, right? And again, friends are great things. And so when you confide in a friend, that's a good thing, and it's a safe thing. But friend, if you are feeling that your friend is in danger, you need to say something. Okay, and we've talked about this, about being a good friend. And if someone asks you to meet offline, that's something you shouldn't do. And again, I think people say, I wouldn't do that. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't do that. In fact, there are some parents who are pretty sure of that. And we'll see this in a minute. So if someone asks you to meet offline, you need to tell someone immediately. So this is a little movie. This came off Inside Edition. I don't always watch Inside Edition at all. But this is interesting because teens do things that parents don't think that they will do.
It's a shocking video burning up the internet as parents learn their kids agreed to meet a stranger they met online.
Michelle, are you crazy?
The video was created by Colby Person, a 21-year-old from New Jersey who has a massive following on YouTube.
I made a fake profile on Facebook, posing as a 15-year-old boy. With the parents' permission, I friend requested 3 girls, ages 14, 13, and 12 years old.
Most of them said like a generic thing like, oh, how do I know you? Who are you? I don't know you. Why are you talking to me? I'm like, oh no, I just moved to the town. I moved to your town and I'm just trying to make friends.
The video shows 3 scenarios. In one, a 13-year-old girl agrees to meet Colby in a park.
So just got a text. My parents just left. I can be at the park in 10 minutes. Okay, go. From Facebook.
Her dad was waiting with Colby.
Michelle, are you crazy? Are you on your mind?
This dad was sure his 12-year-old daughter knew about stranger danger.
So she wants to chill tonight, supposedly. What do you think of that?
I don't think she's gonna open the door. God, I hope she doesn't open that door.
But to her dad's horror, she did.
Get over here. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
How can you do this? You're 12 years old. This guy's 20 years old.
And in the last case, parents wait in a van. Mom thinks she taught her 14-year-old daughter to know better.
Do you think she's gonna go through with this?
No way.
Absolutely not. I don't even believe it's her. All of our friends playing around.
But here she comes. Mom and Dad put on hoods to really hammer home their message.
Jenna, stop it. It's another fire. Jenna.
What are you thinking?
They did a good job, but I wanted it to be a little more scary.
Was Colby afraid the young girls might be traumatized?
Whatever trauma they had, it would be 100. These are the same girls that would have been in a real life situation, and it would have been 100 times worse.
Lister is seeing CEO of Diva.
Okay, I want to stop that. But again, you think, right, that kids know better, and we heard parents say, no, they're not going to do it, they're not going to do it, and they walked right into that. So it is scary, and as a parent, my heart just, it goes with every one of you. And also don't respond to people who ask personal or inappropriate information. Use your brain and be smart. Now I have a typical teacher, I plan way too much. So I have more to this presentation, but we're running out of time. So I'm going to pass through some things. This is a talk on what do you post on social media and what does it show you about the person that you are. Maybe you recognize the couple here because this is Darren Adams' wedding a few years ago. It was a jumping picture. Our family's known for jumping. But you know what? The biggest thing is, okay, we cannot fight that you're online, young people. Okay, we know that, and we're working with you here on this. So the encouragement is to show your best side online. Okay, as I talked about my youngest daughter, freshman or a junior, the filmmaker, she's got a whole portfolio of the work that she's done since high school. And so when she is looking for a job, she can just say, go to this website and look at my work and decide if you want to hire me. There are good things that you can post online, and these are things that you could do, okay? And so make sure at the age you're at right now that you're thinking about what you're posting online because it says a lot about you. And unfortunately, stuff doesn't go away. So if you put some bad stuff up there, even when you take it down, it still may be around. So the big story was people aren't always who they say they are. And we saw that with Jacob and Esau. But I'm going to pull it back together again, pull everything in. Okay, just like when I felt like an outsider living in Iola, Scandinavia, and like Jacob and Esau didn't get along, but God forgave them anyway, we are loved children of God, every one of us. And even when we make mistakes, we're still loved. So in our closing, we talked about Jacob and Esau, and don't be fooled, people are not always who they seem. Okay, also, we learned hopefully how to stay safe online. I can make this presentation available so that if you want to review it on your own, you can. To take a look at the movies again or to take a look at the advice given. And portray yourself online positively, okay? And let your good side shine through because, again, we know that there are great things about you that you will love to share with others, and we would love to see. So, hopefully you've learned some lessons. Hopefully parents, as you drive your teen home tonight, you'll have some things to talk about tonight, tomorrow morning, and other things. And hopefully now, all of us, as we're on our social media and we're doing things, we're a little more smarter because of the lessons learned tonight. Okay? So thank you very much, everybody, for your attention.